please join me in the pledge of flag? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, this is the Lincoln County Commission regular session meeting scheduled for June 19th, 6 p.m. I see that all members are here. I'll call the meeting to order, and I need a motion to approve the minutes for the June 5th meeting.
So moved. I'll second
Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. That being unanimous, motion carries. Order of public comments. We have on public comments Debbie Pennington with Pleasant View PSD. And I believe Kenny's here. If we have any questions. Let's see here. We have, I don't know, you can see in your packet, that I'd spoke with Mr. Pennington briefly on the phone, and I think they, Pleasant View PSD, they have some items that they are being required to purchase, and due to, I guess, the Department of Environmental Protection. And they were wanting our help purchasing these particular items. It's my understanding, talking to Mr. Pennington, that this money was not actually in the budget. It's something that's kind of been sprung on them, and I would like to put this on the agenda for the next meeting. I'll be honest with you guys. And do you all have any questions?
Are these required to be bid out or not, some of this stuff? You know, Ken? I mean, I don't know.
Well, we have gotten prices on, like the measuring devices and all that stuff. I mean, that's the best we can do. I mean, I don't know.
I just didn't know if you all were under the same rules that would require, I noticed.
I think it's anything under $15,000 has to be bid on it.
Okay, I don't know, that's what I didn't know. As long
What
as
it
it's,
used to be, I don't know now.
Are these the best
shopped-
prices, Kenny?
We shopped around. I mean, that's the best we could do there. And you can bet your life on that. That's been done.
yeah. Well, I got no problem with that. I just wanted to make sure that that all these, fell within those guidelines like we were talking about. If it's
Yeah.
less than 15, then
Well,
it's good.
if it was one big project we was doing, until a great deal, but it's, none of it's done at one time. You know what I'm saying? There's one complete project.
Are you buying the materials, or PSD buying the materials?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't see a problem.
All right, we'll move on.
So we will put that on the agenda.
We'll put that on the agenda for the next meeting. Next under public comment, Bill Wright stopped in a little bit earlier. He sent a letter. I'll go ahead and read that letter. It says, "Dear Commissioners, I'm writing this letter in reference to the property under 119 Quarter G Bridge that enters Lincoln County from Kanawha County. This property was set up as an equestrian park and beautification a few years back. This project has since died on the vine, with other projects taking priority with finances being short. Since that time, it's become somewhat of a place for dumping trash and an eyesore. This property is approximately 1 acre of flat land just beside the Cold River that would be striking to people that could enjoy canoeing, walking, and picnicking there. The people in our community miss the days of walking and enjoying the beauty of the property. With finances being short, I would like to have some help with this important matter for our citizens and to represent the beauty to the Keyway. I messed something here.
No, you're
Oh, okay. Keyway to our beautiful county. Some of the key players for this project might be Quarter G Highway Authority, the REAP program, the River Restoration Project, and the Hatfield McCoy Trail Authority. I had talked to Commissioner McCann a few months back, and he was able to direct me to the litter control that did not respond. I thank him for his response to my call. let's keep our county beautiful and respond back to and respond back to this matter. We can ask these agencies for help and spend minimal money from your budget. Thanks in advance for your response. This particular area actually has signs for public stream access, which there is no public stream access there available. If you've ever floated down that river and tried to get out at that particular spot, you're not, you're having a hard time. Trust me, I did that last year. But I would like to forward this letter to the Lincoln EDA so that I know that they are working with, they're going to be working on the river, Guyan River, and they can also help on this matter. So I'd like to forward this to them for their consideration. All right. Next on the list, that's all we have for public. We have one other person for public comment, Brian Jefferson.
Yeah, I just like to try to give you guys updates on where we're at in terms of phase 5 and all the construction. Of course, when phase 5 started, we had 4 contracts. Each had a separate amount of work. Contract 1 was the largest, and contract 4 was the easiest. At this point, we now have contract 4 completed. Contract 3 halfway completed, contract 2 halfway completed, and contract 1 about a third of the way. So we have 5 new systems in the ground, 3 rehabilitations completed, and 6 electrical upgrades. And we're keeping on. This weekend, depending on the weather, we may put in either another system or do one more rehabilitation in contract 3. So just depending as weather permits, we're going to keep working.
Hey, I got a quick question on the.
Sure.
I know that you came in here a month ago or a couple months ago, talking about the maintenance agreements. Have you got that stuff lined out yet?
We of course what we did at that time is we sent letters to everybody that was behind on the maintenance association dues, in the hopes that we could kind of spurn some people to come back and say yes, we still want to be part of the maintenance association. In conjunction with that, I also had a DEP representative who handles the permitting process send a letter as well to those people, just kind of saying, it's really important that you keep the system maintained. It's important that you stay part of the project. There could be consequences eventually if you don't. You could be fined a certain amount of money, X amount of dollars, things like that. Out of the original 8, unfortunately, we only had 2 people come back into the maintenance association, but I guess 2 is better than none. So that's kind of where that's at this point. And we always hope that more people will still come back and say, oh yes, I'd like to pay what I owe and join back into the maintenance association. But we'll just keep trying, get as many people involved as possible.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to the discussion of concern, possible action, review of appointments of the Solid Waste Authority. In your package, you'll see that there were 2 people that actually applied for this position. We had Bill Bryant and Gary Johngrass. I know that Mr. Johngrass is on the Lincoln EDA. I don't know if any other boards that Bill Bryant is on. I'd recommend reappointing Bill Bryant.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
We have a motion, second, any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. With that being unanimous, motion carries. Next, we have Rick McDowell regarding the loan repayment.
Yes, since we're in phase 5, like Ryan says, since phase 2, the commission has always loaned the project $30,000 in order to tide us over during those times when we have work done, we haven't gotten payments from the DEP. And starting last year, we always made sure to pay that loan back before June 30th, so that your fiscal year would end up about $30,000 not being accounted for properly. We have paid that loan back. You've got that $30,000. Since this is the last meeting I think you're going to have in June, I'd like to see if you would be willing, since originally the idea was that $30,000 was for phase 5, you'd be willing to loan that 30 back to us after July.
I don't have a problem with it. We do have it in in our finances. I mean, we do have it in our
We
budget.
just gave it to you.
Yeah.
Unless you guys spend it fast.
Well,
That
I'm
can happen.
do this for you. So we have a motion.
Yeah, I'll motion.
Second.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. All right. Moving on, we have a letter from the town of Hamlin. It says, Dear Commissioners, the town of Hamlin would like to ask for financial support in helping the town with some upcoming expenses. We are in the process of organizing this year's 4th of July celebration. We are in need of funds to help cover the cost of fireworks display as well as inflatables that we provide free of charge to the children of the community. We are asking for a donation of about $5,000 to cover those expenses. We are also planning a community cleanup and beautification week in order to make the county seat more appealing for businesses, residents, travelers, etc. We are asking for a simple donation in the amount of $5,000 to assist with the necessary expense and materials needed. The total amount we are asking for is $10,000. As you are aware, we operate on a small budget and have to rely on donations for the expenses list. We would greatly appreciate any donation that you can afford to give. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at Town Hall. Thank you for your time on this matter. Olive Hager called me about this. She said she couldn't be here tonight, but she just wanted to make sure that we got this letter. We have, in our fairs and festivals in Camp Lima, and we have $9,860, I believe.
No.
Am I right?
Hold on.
I think that is the current mayor back there, man.
Yeah.
Future mayor, future
I'm for
mayor.
him, but I haven't been on.
Would you like to say something on this?
Well, yeah, I got left with, pretty much it, and no help, so, yeah, all the help I could get, I would really appreciate it. I got first, second, and third to get all this stuff done. I've been out raising money, what I can with businesses, and we've got some raised up, but, we still don't have enough to do the job.
Well, I transposed that, we have $9,680 in the fairs and festivals. But, I think that we could probably afford the $10,000 if the body chooses to do that.
Do we have any other festivals or anything, we're talking about the new fiscal year, right?
This will be for,
This fiscal year?
this will be this fiscal year, we don't have anything,
So it wouldn't affect anything major.
this will
And
be
then
for
it was
this.
5 for the fireworks and 5 for beautification?
For the cleanup, for the camp of the, that's what she said, like he said, or whoever wrote this letter.
Yeah, 5,000.
For, community cleanup and beautification week, and to assist in expense of materials that are needed.
I think that's excessive myself, of course, I'm in town, I live in the town.
I don't
Pretty
have a
dirty.
problem with it.
It's pretty dirty out there. Needs a lot of cleaning up.
I'm not debating that,
Yeah, all right.
but we got another town, we got West Hamlin, I just
Yeah.
have trouble putting all of our money into one thing. But I have no trouble giving 5,000, but I have trouble giving 10. But that's up to you guys run the show most of the time, just give you my 2 cents.
Well, I don't have a problem with it. We do have the money, we do have the funds in our account. I move that, we, give $10,000.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion?
I really appreciate that.
All those in favor to give $10,000, please say aye. Aye. All opposed?
No,
All right. 2-1 vote, the motion carries. All right. Let's see here. What else do we have? All right, unfinished business, possible action. Review and appointment to the Farmland Protection Board. Do we have recommendations from the Farmland Protection Board?
We have them in writing.
All right.
The Farmland Protection Board met on the 17th, and we considered the 4 candidates who had applied. The board voted unanimously to recommend Larry Bays and Daniel Keeling, both of whom have attended meetings. The other names that we had, those other people had come. We thought these men showed an interest we want people who will come to meetings, of course. So that's our recommendation.
All right. Do we have a motion?
Yeah, I motion we go ahead and appoint Larry Bays and Daniel Keelan to the Lincoln County Fire Protection Board as recommended by.
I'll second that. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. That being unanimous, motion carries.
Can I ask a question? Rick, is his name Daniel or Darren? Because I have Darren down for some reason.
We have Daniel on the paper.
Is it Daniel?
Mr. Keeling.
Which I guess, yeah. As long as I get it, yeah, we'll be all right. It's okay, never mind. Just get, we'll get it together.
Okay.
D. How about D?
All right, and let's see here. On unfinished business, the Hearts Community Center regarding the property for the septic system and accepting the bid. I believe that we have already accepted the bid. We haven't accepted the bid. It's been a long, drawn out process.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that was next, I just wrote that on. No, the bid committee recommended, and that's when everything sort of slowed down. So here's, one way to do it would be to accept the bid and the contract. That's what this is.
Okay.
Contract.
And we actually, we have the property secured.
Yes, secure.
Yeah,
Yes.
secure.
There's a big fence.
Yeah.
And Haas's, isn't he down there with the mattock or something?
Chipping away at it.
So we need a motion to,
Motion to, for you to sign the contract?
Yes.
Would that be all right? And then okay.
So moved.
any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? That being unanimous,
I'll
motion
sign that,
carries.
and then I'll get the contractor to sign it.
We
And we'll
can,
get started.
we can copy it when you get
I
inside.
sure will.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. Now we're on the new business. And, gentlemen, you see the new business. Do you have anything that, any concerns, comments, anything that you say that we need to look at? If you don't, I need a motion to approve the new business.
So moved.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. And concerns, commission concerns, communications, Mr. Camp,
All back,
Mr. Duffy.
I don't really have, I was glad to, I just make a comment, I'm glad we got the property and things at Hart's situated the way it needed to be, and so we go ahead and proceed with our, the wastewater treatment up there. We couldn't go anywhere until we got to this point, so we're at this point, so we can do other things now, and I appreciate Rick's help and all your guys' help in getting this done. I know it was a little tougher than we thought, but I think that we're to the point now where we can actually do more, because we know we will have an operational facility there with that. And I do appreciate everyone's help that was involved with getting that done. Thank you.
And I'll go ahead, I guess, if it's all right with the commission, and let the state DEP know that we're moving forward with this, and we're gonna put an in-ground system in, so we won't need to have direct discharge permit stuff.
Thanks, Rick.
All right. I have an update on the Lovejoy Cemetery. We had our mapper, Mr. John Saltram, to actually give us kind of a map of our property. And if you'll see, I don't know if you all want to come up and see this particular map. We were asked to grant there was a gentleman that came in and wanted us to grant an easement through our property to the Lovejoy Cemetery down on Upper Mud River Road. And from the map that we have, concerning the county commission property, we do not own land that adjoins the Lovejoy Cemetery. So we will not be able to grant anyone an easement since we don't own the property, but I'm sure that he can go talk to the people that are adjoining the property. So that, we probably won't be taking that up anymore. The river race, Guyan River Race, I was unable to attend that river race. We had a death in the family, but seeing the pictures on Facebook and talking to a lot of people, I know that there was a ton of people that participated, and we had a pretty good rain before that, so the river was flowing pretty good. Kind of helped out on the times. Would you like to say anything about that?
David came over and went down, so it was just right. It was
Didn't have paddle really, so.
somebody smiled down on us the next day.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed myself and enjoyed everyone else seeing them there.
I think, Ralph, you were talking about Cold River is next week,
The 21st is Saturday, they do their float.
21st. So if you all like to come out and float the Cold River, I think it's called the Cold River Regatta or something like that. I don't know. But anyway,
Let me just say, this
oh, I don't know.
Jury
I mean, I was just wondering. That was the problem.
Y'all want to do it on Saturday? You want to do it that way?
You got so many days to think about that after that.
Is that what?
It starts,
Gives you more time.
if you do it later in the month,
Well, that's what I was thinking,
it
maybe.
starts the clock later, which is good.
It's got stack.
That
So,
was
so
that.
to do it, could we put it off to the next meeting, so that,
I'll be out of town.
Are you gonna be out of, well, that's what I didn't know.
But I mean, I can call.
We can have one meeting, well, I'm gonna be gone.
Well, you just wanna have the one meeting?
The third Thursday of July.
Yeah, that'll be fine, because I'm just probably gonna have to be out of town.
I think the discussion is, we have a meeting on the 3rd, July the 3rd. There's a lot of people that's going to be out of town. And I think that just with the schedules, we're talking about maybe pushing that meeting back until the next week. And I think there's going to be some people out of town. So I think what we want to do is cancel that first meeting in July and actually just have one meeting in the month of July, which would be the 3rd Thursday. And go about it like that. But I don't have anything else.
Motion.
Do you have something you want to say?
Okay, my stuff.
Go ahead.
Sorry we were late.
It's all right.
We do have the financials and all, and I did send all those in from the requests that Mary had sent to us. Did you get those, by the way?
Yes, we got the copy. You have it drawn down the list. We have it on the
Not only
agenda.
that, but she wanted the financials,
Yeah.
minutes and everything.
Minutes for board meetings and stuff. We'll look at it. Yeah.
And one of our advisory committee members stopped by yesterday and said that she had resigned and sent in the resignation directly to the commission, Judy Allen. Did you receive anything?
No. All right. Thank you. Well, if we don't have anything else on our agenda, I move that we adjourn until the 3rd Thursday of July.
I'll second
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. That be unanimous for an hour adjourned.